determine that the medication is medically necessary, appropriately dosed, and intended for a real patient with a real medical need. The pharmacist is, in the language the DEA uses in its own training materials, the last line of defense. The pharmacy ordered its controlled substances from licensed wholesale distributors, primarily Cardinal Health and AmerisourceBergen, the two largest pharmaceutical wholesalers in the country. The ordering process flowed through a system called the Controlled Substance Ordering System, or CSOS, an electronic platform that required Daniel's personal DE.
We're watching this pharmacist get busted big time for filing prescriptions, fake ones, oxycodone resale stuff. Yeah, you can't get away with that like you used to. Yeah, remember that? Yeah, back in the early 2000s, I can remember when a lot of security and surveillance stuff was being upgraded, especially for private investigators and things like that, yeah. And some have their own methods. Get handy in the basement, you know. Right. So anyways, yeah, remember? Back in the early 2000s, there was so many busts with doctors. It was like a string, and a bunch of them got busted. Do you remember that? Yeah, especially out on the coast. Well, the Bath and the Brunswick area, Booth Bay, they got hit pretty hard, huh? Some of the doctors. There's a few other areas too, but we like to keep it as local as possible, you know, within a half hour's reach. Yeah, we work different bandwidths at different times. I could be somewhere else, and 5 minutes from now we'll be in a different bandwidth. I'll still be here. I don't work for anybody. I'm a citizen. You can do the exact same thing I'm doing, speaking the truth. We might just maybe seem a little more aware or versed with those things because we've worked with a lot of rehab programs, investigators, grew up around drug dealers and pedophiles and sick, fuck, nasty people. No joke. Yeah, those sick, fuck, nasty ones, as you can see, they've moved away after they fucked over our parents. I know, when you see it, talk to them. I know, you'd think you were hearing different stories, huh? Yeah, they lick each other's assholes, they pat each other on the back, and they slice each other's throats. We see it all the time in these situations. Right, so the punks love both sides that are teaching people a lesson, trying to get votes, scouting, touting, hazing. The ghost and alien hunters, Market America, coast to coast, that was pretty heavy back between 2007 and 12 here, yeah? Right, so anyways, yeah, I remember back in the early 2000s, all those doctors that were getting busted. Well, you know, those girls going in and out of rehab, it's tempting sometimes. I know, they're so down and out. No one loves them. They're recovering. They gotta heal. Right, I mean, some of them, they were getting some fake prescriptions written in return for blowjobs and stuff, yeah. Companionship. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the companionship. Nothing wrong with sucking their dick. Writing the illegal prescription, that's where the law steps in. They don't understand our love. Why aren't they going to jail? Right? The doctor's getting arrested. Yeah, I remember that. Quite a few of them got busted out in that area. Yeah, you shouldn't prey on people like that, you know? I know, and then they preyed on the doctors. They were taking advantage of each other. And then a third party comes in, and bust both of them. Right, and then years later, both of them can get their revenge. Because, I mean, they're in the system, right? Well, they get friends in low places. Yeah, I mean, their records might be tarnished. It might be hard for them, but I'm sure, they know people and they're pissed, huh? Those little sluts. They're the reason I lost my license and went to jail. And then they get these hags in the state departments who help them. And they get the non-vaxxers together and the bullies, huh? Who's a bully? Talk to the locals, find out who was a bully, who deserves it. And when they get angry, we'll know why, and we'll just ignore them. Right? I mean, it's a perfect setup for these fucking pedophiles that like to fuck little kids and strong-arm both sides. Isn't it fun? They aid and abet both sides, too. You see that, right? They aid and abet. They give you things to profit from. Look at the child and animal pornography that gets fed out to professional investigators, news stations, Joe Rogan, Dollywood, Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein Island, Diddy Mansion, Florida, Texas, New York, Canada, Australia, UK. Why are they feeding all these child and animal pornography microchips, both fake and real? Was it about a year ago? We told them down in Florida, get ready, some microchips are on the way. Might have been 2 years ago. I lose track of time, You can fact check me, it's all there. Officer Grady put out videos on it on his YouTube channel. The investigator standing behind him, you could see their shocked faces. We're getting these microchips. They're selling them for $100 on the street. Millions and millions of videos. Women being beaten in burqas and children being raped and tortured. You don't want to see it, folks. You don't want to see it. What we have to deal with behind these curtains, Half the folks you don't even see that are working on this, you don't even see them. Right, where'd those microchips come from? And why did we know they were on the way? Right, we can hear a lot of their communications because when they watch us, we can hear and see a lot of what they're doing just because they're watching us. There's a connection there. It goes both ways. They try to block it or mess with it. Yeah, so good thing, we're very aware. We're so fine-tuned, you have no idea. We got a few broken strings, but that's okay. You don't need those notes to play this song. Yeah, so you don't really need to work for anybody. Just being a citizen and being aware. Right, and then when those serious concerns are ignored, and you see pedophiles and murderers who have custody of children, hostages, that are being abused and fucked and tortured. Can you prove it? Yeah, a lot of these kids get fucked. There's no marks. You can cut off their oxygen supply really easy without leaving a mark. Yeah, these people are sick. Okay, we've been doing this our whole lives. We were put on the programs when we were 18 in the year 2000 for a reason. Yeah, I know, because we were drunk, out of control animals, and we should have been taken off the street, right? They said they should have locked us up back then, huh? Us swearing, pothead, drinking animals that didn't want to traffic drugs and go into the family business. As you can see, the ones that do, some of them do very well, yeah. Others get thrown under the bus. They're dead or in jail. Yeah, and the ones that fuck those people over are usually their own family members. I know, with all the cartel investigations going on and easy access. 2009, Officer Liberty put an article in the paper. Timothy Saunier is my brother, half brother. Who was his mother? What happened? I know, that was sad, huh? She went senile, dude. She went totally fucking senile. She was wearing diapers. Remember, they had her over at the Senator, the nice hotel, paying how much a day? As long as she got her boxes of wine, she was fine. Mom and Dad was doing her grocery shopping for her. It's pretty nice, huh? Not too many people are gonna help take care of their husband's ex. It takes a really strong woman to do that. Or stupid, I guess it depends on your perspective. I know, especially when you know the situation and what's going on here and the history and the child abuse and things being ignored, and they're totally caught up with these druggies and limelight bullshit, trying to cast us off as crazy conspiracy theorists and dangerous for not vaccinating our children. Wow. Protecting the sick fuck, because they're teaching us a lesson, huh? Showing everybody what they've dealt with. Insane, dude. This has gone on far too long. But, I mean, you can't really do anything about it. We could have died, years ago, and then what? Yeah, these cases usually don't get solved. The kids get abused till they die. People think they're being well taken care of. We see this so much. It's sickening. People don't last long in these occupations. We see them come in and out and go. We do volunteer our time. We are part of rehab and healing classes that go back decades. So just because of that, I mean, we have a lot of social groups and classes. It's nonstop. Yeah, you have veterans and ones that have been with us for years. You get new ones all the time. It's just social groups. Sharing information. Sometimes it's just to pass the time. Yeah, we have a lot of investigators, people that are concerned as well. Do you think the private investigator in 2009 who shot himself didn't have any friends? Do you think they know what's going on? Some of them, probably some of them. I know, huh? He really loved her, didn't he? I know, I can remember before he shot himself, he was saying, he was so upset, and he's like, he just said he just wanted her to tell him the truth. Yeah, I mean, he's a private investigator. He knew what she was doing, coming back up and forth. New Hampshire. I know, remember that time? Even I saw them on the circle. It's like, so when they came up to visit from New Hampshire, I was like, hey, I saw you the other day, but you didn't see me. I was trying to wave at you. You were staring straight ahead.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, it was, dude. You had the airborne bumper sticker and the New Hampshire plates, and I know what you look like. I've met you before, Oh, yeah, they got fucking pissed.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I mean, he already knew. He had already known. And I think just seeing how angry and upset they would get when anyone would bring out those truthful facts. I know, they're the ones that are involved with why he shot himself, huh? Did they find a letter? Was the doorbell playing music? It must have been him coming back from the dead, huh? Yeah, it gets so old with these fucking freaks around here trying to get their drugs, tear down people. What are you trying to prove? State workers, psychos around here, protecting sick fucking punk pedophiles and murderers attacking innocent citizens. Huh? What the fuck's your spiel, man? Cat got your tongue? I know, you seem to have a lot to say when you're listening in to people's private times, you know, kind of like here in our rooms. I know when you're tapping into devices as you were allocated to do. Remember in 2010 they signed off on that stuff. We told them, you're opening the door for a lot of evil. This is going to be a shit show. And a lot of private investigators skipped state. Some killed themselves. Doctors, yeah, remember those good doctors? 2009, 10, they were freaking out about the hepatitis B shot, vitamin K. One was freaking literally, she threw herself on the ground. She was crying. I was like, what the fuck? What the hell do you want us to do about it? It's a vitamin K. What the fuck are you freaking out about? I know, we were already dealing with the infectious disease specialists and learning about the other vaccines and causing cancers. And I know how they put out that teenage cancer vaccine to help prevent the cancers that the other vaccines were causing. Ah, brilliant, huh? Yeah, they're good salespeople. Better listen to your doctor. I know, it's like they got a loophole, right? Or something. CDC. What did the CDC say? Oh, Rebecca, tell me, what did the CDC say, Rebecca? Of Sunnybrook Farm. It ain't so sunny. Thank goodness our lights shine bright enough to put the spotlight on your nasty asses. Come on, heaven, let your light shine down. Come on, heaven, let your light shine down. I'm gonna let it. Yeah, so anyways, there's a lot of stuff going on with all that. Once you kind of put it all together and rise above the noise and you understand that what we're saying is true, and we're concerned about our children and other hostages, many have already been killed. Horrifically. I mean, and then there's different levels, yeah. I mean, the level down at more lower class where you have people just flipping the fuck out, getting angry, hot flashes, over-medicated, stabbing their children. And when a mother flips and stabs her child that many times, every time we see these cases, I mean, I'm not sure how you build a tolerance to it. I think we have. There was a time where it's like you couldn't even... A lot of people still can't. They won't. They will leave their room or class. It's hard for them, you know, hear the children crying and screaming, parents hitting themselves in the head after father shot his 2-year-old. She told him not to spank him. You don't want me to spank him? Boom! Right? Teach you a lesson. Right, so I mean in those situations, yeah, it's pretty cut and dry, you know, who did it. Kid's dead. It wasn't a professional job where they don't leave marks, that's for sure. Yeah, so those cases, those are usually the unprofessionals, the people that are getting fucked with by the professionals and their state counterparts. Do you understand that? We've been doing this for a long time. Right, and so then you see these people that are totally fucking gone. Police officers goddamn traumatized, just opened up a trash can, raped and tortured 3-year-old little girl. Guys fucking standing right there who did it. You gotta have some fucking control. I know, because even just now talking about it, I'm ready to fucking pounce. Right? Jesus fucking Christ. I know. Holy shit. Right, and I mean that one, remember, he was leading them around the house and he was yelling at them at one point. You guys should be out there looking for her. You're messing around here. Should be out there looking for her. Right, and then when they find her in the trash can, literally right next to where they were standing, he goes into this fucking tangent. Oh, I didn't take my medication. I was hearing voices. I thought I was fighting the devil. Okay, right, so over and over and over again, and these people are always connected with certain state workers, lines, that peddle the same fucking rhetoric with mental illness and different things, the fear propaganda. We need to get them on medication. Right, so now they have it set up too where they're getting them really young. If they get pulled over or in trouble for anything at a young age, they got them, and they can mandate medications as part of their treatment. Keep them away from that devil's grass. Right, so when you understand the different levels of potency, chemical alterations, you're insane if you're okay with prescribing children those powerful SSRIs and hormones. I can't even. I can't. I start to really get choked up and almost throw up. We're not saying that you should give the children marijuana and have them smoking. They really shouldn't need either at those ages, huh? Do they need something to help with their stress, control their anger, their hyperactivity? There's nothing else. There's these drugs that have been made in labs over the last few decades. New ones come out every day. They take them off the market every day, the ones that they're prescribing to children. It's okay, it's approved. And they fucking know oftentimes that it's not safe. But they put it out on the market because they make a lot of money off it. And then the few people that couldn't handle it and die from it, if they get lawsuits, the few lawsuits they're going to get. Because once that happens, once they start getting complaints, they do their due diligence and they take it off the market. Here's a new one. This one's better. Again, they'll wait a little bit. A few lawsuits will come in. Oh, do our due diligence. Take that one off the market. Here's another one. How many fucking SSRIs do you need? Holy shit. Sedatives, sleeping pills. They fucking need it. With the shit they're doing, they fucking need it. You'd have to be totally fucking laced and drugged over. You're totally glazed, dude. Wow. And not in a good way. You have to be totally fucked to not understand and not be standing up for the children of America, because this is happening in every state, in every district. Some are a little more up to par than others. And over the decades, if you go back between 2003 and 2007, a lot of the investigations we were doing, it was helping to show other investigators and doctors, too, who were concerned. Remember Andrea Yates put all her kids in the car? Just pushed it in the lake. Bye-bye, kids. Devil told me to do it. I think she had said, wasn't that the one she said God told her to do it? Right, and so then when you're talking to the state workers and people and health educators about these situations and the dangers of those medications and how it was causing more of those problems, yeah, they're totally fucking stupid to it. Very scary. Now remember, we were discussing this, and when someone said that she had made the statement, God told her to do it, one of the workers and people making these decisions got upset. God wouldn't tell her to do that. That was the devil. All right, I know that was when, I know there was a few of us that fucking, some bells went off. We're like, holy fuck, dude. Scary, huh? Really scary. I know one of the counselors, when I was explaining to them when I was 11 years old, and that child molester who lived with us got arrested, he actually didn't do anything. If you ask my personal opinion, that was a nice guy. He might have been dating my older sister, who was 16, but they were okay with it. She was modeling, and she didn't look 16, did she? They were totally fine with it. He lived with us for a little while. Right, it was the other people, some of the Oprah photographers, and yeah, we'll leave those names off to the side for now. But yeah, some really horrible things going on with some of the younger children. Well, they're all fucking, yeah, it's pretty bad, huh? But yeah, anyways, I remember I felt a force push me down the stairs. I mean, I came up off of the floor, was turned upside down, and I hit the bottom. I didn't hit any stairs on the way down. I just and landed right on my left shoulder upside down. They said it was a pretty bad fracture. Right, so when I'm explaining this story to them, and I can remember when I was put on the programs when I was 18. Right, what could that force have been? The earthly explanations were explained to me and it made total sense. As opposed to what they had told me when I was a kid. They said a ghost had pushed me. That was a ghost I felt. Because I was bad? What did I do? I tell the truth? I know. Yeah, when they had one of my siblings making stuff up and writing shit in their diary, I watched it in slow motion. She didn't even put that shit in there until after they had arrested him. Like, they were trying to get all this done, I think, before the court hearing. I know, he got like, what, freaking 10, 15 years? For what? For what? Yeah, no, when you actually look into it and you see the real abuse that was taking place and how they get those guys. I know, it's you can almost just put it right in their lap pretty easy. So is Oprah a child pedo or a pedo protector? Or were some of the photographers and scouters and people that work for those places just some sick fucks? When that happens, they always ignore it and try to clean it up, and other people get arrested for other things. That's why they choose drug trafficking families or people with a history. They like the retards, don't they? Yeah, so anyways, hopefully the proper authorities. Yeah, 2003 to 2007, those investigations, it was pretty scary. And then, of course, we were diagnosed with the Lyme disease in 2006. Started working with infectious disease specialists and stuff like that. I know, and people were getting offended, right? Because part of the treatment for me to cleanse all this bacteria from my body that was giving me these neurological symptoms, and I was almost dead. It was really bad. I couldn't even keep down water. I remember they had to give me Phenergan so I'd stop throwing up. I couldn't even keep down water. It was really bad. Well, yeah, to cleanse my body of all that bacteria, because I mean, I had been diagnosed, right? All these different doctors, we'd gone around, depending on what doctor, what area. Fibromyalgia, lupus, early onset MS, Parkinson's. What? Holy shit. I'll pass on those diagnoses and the medication. I'm going to Connecticut. Those doctors are charlatans. Probably just the ones I want to see then. All around the mulberry bush. Anyways, much love, health, and peace, everybody. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions as to how we can help our children who are hostages right now in the custody of sick fucking punks that like to fucking torture little kids. Yeah, and they get protected by these sick fucking cunt state workers and nasty druggies around here. We were beyond fed up in 2013. Anyways, hopefully the proper authorities do what they're supposed to do here and help report the facts. You can't do too much about it, but you can speak the truth, motherfuckers. Peace be with you.